This podcast is brought to you by Jay's Penis Pump. Welcome to Support Bullying.
All right. Yeah, that works.
And then from now on, that's where we hopefully will have an intro song play. I don't know. We don't have one yet.
I'll make
We
one.
don't have any kind of intro or anything set up yet, but we'll figure something out.
Hopefully, we won't have as many fucking audio issues.
Yeah, hopefully you'll stutter less than you normally do. So, just so everybody knows, Jay and I hang out in Discord all the time. The whole concept of supportive bullying is that we're constantly messing with each other. I'll admit, I probably poke you more than you poke me, but that's the whole point of the show. Might have some other people on at some point. I don't know. Right now, the whole thing is like, we're just gonna goof around, have some fun. Early episode, the podcasts will, I forgot how hard it is to do podcasts.
Yeah, you turned it to me.
Sorry, no, that was Jack. Anyway, no, the podcast will get an early release of the episodes on my Patreon, and then we haven't really talked about release schedule yet, but probably like a couple days or a week later, they'll be released on the Internet Unwind 2 channel. So yeah,
All the Deaf Noodle fans and harass you there too.
yeah, right. Yeah, that I don't really want to like spend the whole episode talking about that, but I gotta say, man, it seems like every time I have a video, the better a video does, the more I lose faith in humanity because of how many people are incapable of understanding what's being said because they like the person it's about.
I think the H Street comments are the funniest. The hood ones.
I don't know. Well, yeah, the hood ones are pretty bad. The hood ones are really bad. Like they're really stupid. But the ones like even the H3 fans were better than I keep shaking my foot forgetting it shakes my camera because of the way this is set up. The floor is like crooked here. If I roll back, my chair wants to spin because the floor actually sags a little bit here. Anyway, the H3 fans, okay, so here's how it goes, all right? In terms of best to worst, H3 fans were the best at actually trying to make a point. All right? Then you have actually it's tough. Is it Hoods fans?
There's no way they're good at understanding a point.
No. Here's the thing. In terms of like trying to argue for their creator, right? There were more Hood fans, I think, than Ghost Adventures fans that made valid arguments. Ghost Adventures is worse than Hood, but nowhere near as bad as Deaf Noodles. Almost every comment I got was about how I'm either bitter. They're making like assumptions that are based on basically nothing, just because I made fun of the guy and called him out for slandering people. I must be bitter. I don't get it. And then jealous. I must be jealous because two things that there's no justification for. What a shocker that his fans would use arguments that they can't quantify. What a shock.
The Ghost Adventures one surprised me the most. I wasn't expecting that at all.
Oh, it's bad. It is bad. I got one like yesterday. Most of the I shouldn't say most of them. There's a lot of them. There's a lot. Yeah, dude, that is one of my better performing videos of the last year. That video got 5,000 views, and it's not pushed by any drama or anything like that. It got 5,000 views organically. Ghost Adventures has a legit following, apparently, that I stumbled into. Every Halloween, I plan to release a Ghost Adventures video now. I'll just ride the heat. Because that show has plenty of bad episodes. There's plenty of those episodes. And now that I got the first episode out of the way, where I have to do all the setup and all that, now I feel like, okay, the next one, I can basically just do like a regular reaction video to it. Not reaction video, reaction commentary type thing.
That's how you get to 7K. Just Ghost Adventures. Only.
If I'm still, dude, I'm halfway to 7K now from 6K. I'm at six. I think I'm at 6,600 now. If I am still not at 7K by October, I will probably just quit. Uh, because there is zero reason that over the summer and the end of spring I won't do anything. The doc video alone that I have planned should probably get me like a K if I do it the way I'm planning to and I execute properly. I mean, in the sense that, like, if I'm able to put out one of these kind of videos a month, like with this level of quality and all that, I should hit 7K by October.
Are you telling me that the twerking rave girl didn't get you to 7K?
Dude, I still can't believe that video got demonetized for nudity.
I mean, she was twerking on a rave. Or, well, no, on a coffin. And I made it sound way worse than it actually.
Yeah, you did.
Now that would go viral. Twerking on a rave.
That's Blippi's next stunt after doing the Harlem Shake. You don't know about that, do you? Because you didn't even. It's like you even smiled. I couldn't hear a smile.
Mm-mm.
You don't know who that is. Who that is, do you?
I have no idea.
Blippi's a child's entertainer, and he there's a video that surfaced of him in a bathroom doing a Harlem Shake thing with a buddy, and then when the beat drops part happens, where everybody starts dancing on it like crazy, it instead of that happening, it cuts to him on a toilet with his pants down, and then he fires diarrhea across the room onto somebody else.
It's like the ass ripper guy. Hang ass ripper.
I don't know who that is, but I'll take your word for it.
How do you not know Hang ass ripper?
Lack of knowledge. So, we are going to just be doing this on Discord, and it'll be nice and easy to just prioritize whoever's talking. I don't know how we're planning on doing this long term. For right now, this is what we're doing. This will be nice and simple.
Who knows if we're making it to 100.
We're planning on doing cameras, I think, right now. Don't necessarily have to, but for right now, we're planning on doing cameras. I'm going to look into getting audio feeds set up because I've had podcasts before, and I set up audio feed for at least one of them. It's not super difficult, and it's probably even easier now because you can do things like Anchor and stuff.
Yeah.
Whether or not we'd want to or not, I don't know. But
OBS, I did find a OBS plugin that has where you can set up single feeds.
Oh, that's kind of cool. That's kind of
cool.
That's
what I
that would require editing though.
No editing. No editing.
I have 60 hours worth of editing to do just for the next video that I haven't even started scripting yet.
Who says I can't edit?
Dr. Sebi says you can't edit.
Fuck you.
An unreleased video says what?
I can go through my Google Docs and see how many scripts I have written that I've never
don't dox
recorded.
yourself.
Or do. Docs. I'll do it before the haters do it.
That'd be funny. His whole family gathers to collectively dox you after you put out a video about him.
I wouldn't put it past that family, to be honest.
My father's been dead for like 15 years. And he left us all his scam money. How dare you violate that saint? He only had 25 kids with 22 women that were all half his age. It's not that big a deal.
Dare you talk about Reed sperm? Reed sperm.
It's funny that you and Jack are good buddies like you are, and both of you have been working on one video each. It almost feels like the entire time I've known you at this point. Both of you have been working on a video almost the entire time I've known you.
You know what doesn't help? The other Jack is going through the same exact thing.
Mockery?
Yeah.
So I'm the only person in the friend group that actually uploads.
Except this podcast will go out. Unlike a certain other
And
podcast.
guess who's uploading it?
I almost had a W. God damn it.
Almost. Maybe we need to do that. Maybe we need to have a third person to keep score every time one of us burns the other one.
Zubat.
No, because she'll have to. She won't be. She won't be keeping score. She'll just spend the entire time roasting you herself.
Or the mite will just be peeing the entire time.
Also possible. Also very, very possible.
Calling your cat a dumb whore.
We haven't even talked about how long we want this podcast to be either.
3-hour podcast.
I think we need a consultant. We need to talk to a consultant and figure out what we want, like, aesthetically with our podcast.
A VHS podcast.
Oh, that. I hate the fact that you would say that. You know I have a phobia of outdated technology. That's messed up.
That's why I would say it.
But anyway. Yeah, no, we don't have like any idea for like any kind of aesthetic or anything for this yet. So I'm gonna keep shaking my desk so I can shake my camera though.
That could be the aesthetic.
It's funny, because my desk moved. Like I've never shown you or anybody really, but my my lights that I have here are actually held up on these like really small like extendable tripods that are really flimsy. They have like plastic feet. The only reason they've ever worked is because I actually had them like zip tied to my desk, but the part that I zip tied them to before I had this setup, because I just changed my setup. Anybody that has seen the channel knows this is not how my setup looks. Anyway, so when I changed my desk around, I actually had to take what was the back of my desk, cut it into pieces and put them on the sides because the sides are like really flimsy material. So the thing is though, now I didn't have anything to hold my lights up. So I'm just continuously like redneck rigging things over here. I ended up taking actually here, I got the right here. Like Velcro strips that they use for cable tying and stuff. I bought a whole big pack of them, and these are not very good quality ones because there's like no flexibility to it. It's like, well, you kind of have to like use it just the right length for everything or cut it short. Otherwise, you have too much material and it won't seal right. Luckily, I bought too many of these things, right? Because what I've been able to do is I took screws, took my drill. I got a pretty good drill actually, and drilled them into my desk, one high and one low. So now there's two of these wrapped around all of the stands that are holding up my lights and stuff that are just holding it holding it to the desk with Velcro strips that are drilled to the desk, so that way I can undo them. And it's actually not bad. It actually makes it pretty solid.
Just do a setup tour and just have everything be taped to the wall.
I was thinking, well, I do want to start putting up like more low effort, for lack of a better term, stuff on one of the other channels, and probably make it like Patreon content. Because like first of all, I don't think anybody necessarily cares. Like I don't think anybody really wants to see like dumb vlog kind of content or anything like that. But every once in a while, there's something that might be interesting in there, and I kind of like for a little while recently, I've actually been just in my downtime, like when I'm hanging out with my kid and, you know, riding bikes with him or whatever, like just happen to be recording or whatever a little bit, do like a little 5-minute vlog with my kid, and then I just like save it, and then I just edit it and put it on like an empty YouTube channel that no one knows about, privated, so that I have like the family videos.
Wholesome.
I was waiting to see if you were gonna go. I knew you were gonna go one of two ways. You were either gonna go wholesome or you were gonna go insult.
Well, I just imagined you playing a bit of like tripping the kid over, but
wait, how would I trip him riding a bike?
Just purposely put a rock.
Yeah, but that's not tripping. That's just knocking him over.
Legally speaking, it's tripping.
I don't think that is. I'm starting to question if you know what the definition of legal is.
What are you, Heemstar?
Jay the legal eagle.
That's what I should have called myself with my old profile image.
Jay is live. The legal eagle.
that's that's if I ever go through with my music business degree.
I could see you walking into a courtroom. The legal eagle is here.
What am I fucking?
But not even having the confidence to like go ha. Instead, it's like ha.
So I'm Hulk Hogan with anxiety, pretty much.
Kind of. I was thinking of like the birds. What is it? That's not the Birds of Prey. I can't remember what it was from Sunny in Philadelphia. When they go to be like they wanted to be like the Eagles or something like that. They were gonna be the Eagles and they were just gonna be 3 eagle, like because they're from Philly. They wanted to be the Eagles, right? So they thought they were gonna get these really cool eagle costumes, and what they ended up getting was these things that looked like just pigeon wings or something. So they look like the pigeons or something like that.
Totally a like worthless bird. Just a worthless.
They really are.
They're just evil.
I don't know what benefit pigeons are in a city.
Just the shit all over your car.
Yeah, they're there to incentivize cleaning.
They're there in case we want to just exterminate an animal for fun.
They're there to give you a reason to hate things if you don't hate things enough already.
Yeah, that's the alternative to bigotry. Just hate on pigeons.
Pigeons exist in a city exclusively to poop on people that aren't moving fast enough when you're walking around.
Anytime I see a pigeon, I just want to punt it. Every time I'm just walking outside, I know, surprise. I go outside, I punt. I just like think about punting it.
Pigeons are the coronavirus of birds. Whenever a city pops up, it gets infected immediately.
I'm jealous of a town that doesn't have any pigeons. Exterminate the pigeon. Exterminate all pigeons. That's my campaign.
I wonder if there's like it's funny. It's like I'm imagining now like somebody that's the opposite of the bird lady from Home Alone, where they're also homeless, but their entire existence, rather than taking care of pigeons, is now hunting and killing pigeons, like some kind of deranged Rambo, anti-pigeon Rambo.
That vegan teacher, but pigeons.
It's more pigeons. It's not over. Nothing's over.
That just sounded like a jarbled mess.
Have you never seen a Sylvester Stallone role?
Oh yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
It just sounds like he's choking on
Adrian,
rocks.
yo, Adrian. I stubbed my toe.
It sounds like when you're like on anesthesia.
Yo, Adrian, I hate pigeons.
You know, when I was little and I first saw him, I thought he had Down syndrome. Can we even leave that in?
Well, I'm not editing this, so it's gonna stay in. I don't know why you would think that. He's got a deformity, but do you think Jay? Do you think anyone with a deformity has Down syndrome?
Yeah, so I have Down syndrome.
I think our levels were off a little bit. Yes, that's where I'm going to deflect to. I don't know where to go from there. You've just confounded me again.
Uh, so, what do you think about Wonder Woman? The Wonder Woman movie,
Which one?
the recent shitty one, the 98 or whatever.
It was really weird how people justified the horrible special effects by like, yeah, but it's an homage to the before times. It's an homage to the before times. Yeah, but
All I saw,
usually homages to things are done like in a more, symbolic form than just doing a bad job. Like, I swear, there's a part where she like goes to save some kids and she like tackles them on this road in the desert, right? And they look like the most fake dummies I've ever seen. It looked like they were like you figure if somebody's gonna be rolling around on blacktop, right? Sorry, my wife keeps texting me. You think if you're gonna be rolling around on blacktop with two like dummies, you think they would be soft, right? These things look like they were rigid to me. Like if she was rolling on the ground with mannequins strapped to her instead of like test dummies. It was just not good. The first Wonder Woman was okay, but there's so many weird things that happen in the opening scene of that movie.
I haven't even seen it. All I just saw was your reaction on Twitter to it. I was like, that's all I need to see.
It was not good. It was not good. I will say Pedro Pascal did not disappoint. He was enjoyable as a charismatic and weird supervillain. Kind of supervillain. But I will say that the script was terrible. Do you have any interest in watching this film?
Dare we?
No, I mean, I'm not watching it again. No. I'm not wasting a movie night on that.
I might watch it just really make done 420.
Well, all right, I won't give away any details. Let me just put it this way. There's no punishment.
Besides watching the movie?
Nothing happens to the bad guy.
So he's just there?
The bad guy does it all, consciously, knowingly, and then he gets a lesson at the end of the movie. I'm not going to say what, not going to say how, that kind of snaps him out of it, and then he just learned his lesson.
So it was like a hint movie, essentially.
And not only that, the whole premise of the movie is like based around like if you use the wishing stone, you must pay with something else. You make a decision to go this way, you're going to lose something. You get your wish, but you sacrifice something in return. But at the end of the movie, I'm not gonna say exactly what, but that plot, that logic doesn't actually make any sense with the movie. Like, they spend the whole movie building up like, you can never undo. You have a choice to make. You get this thing and you got to sacrifice something else. I hate to tell you, it's going to happen. But at the end of the movie, it was completely moot. It was completely pointless that they set all that up because it's undone in an instant.
Would you say that the Snyder Cut was better?
No. The Snyder Cut was Justice League with a little bit more boredom.
I have
one good scene.
You know how I was
more
muted?
Superheroes were doxed in the Snyder Cut than were in the actual Justice League movie. In that movie, at least it was just like Batman and Superman's identities that were revealed. There's like 4 of them whose identities were revealed in this one. I think Cyborg is the only... No, his identity is revealed too. The only one whose identity doesn't get revealed is Wonder Woman. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
You know how I
like how the whole time we've been doing this, we haven't addressed the fact that I'm wearing a Deadpool riding a unicorn shirt.
I mean, it's a good shirt. I'll give you that. You know how I nipped out at the 3rd hour?
Yeah.
Or like the 4th?
It's like you fell asleep and smacked your face on the keyboard?
No. I was I waited for this podcast to tell you what was actually going on. I was muted. I threw up all over my bed.
The movie wasn't that bad. It was bad. It was very bad, but it wasn't that bad.
It may have been...
It wasn't throw up on your pad or on your bed or whatever you said it was. It wasn't throw up on your room or pet bad.
I might have been really
inebriated.
Yes, off my face.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Like I stood up and I was like, I can't see my keyboard, and then just threw up all over my bed. And I messaged Paradox. I was like, I'm too stoned.
I'll tell you what, Jay. I believe that 100%. I believe you 100%.
And I just took my whole blanket sheet, and I'm out of it from like throwing up. I just walked downstairs, and I put the blanket in our compost.
Wait, in the compost? You didn't just put it in the wash?
No. Because I was so out of it. I was like, I don't want the house to smell like throw up. So I just walked outside, put it... I put the blanket and just left it there.
Jay, do you have a washing machine?
Yeah.
Did you not think to just put it in the washing machine?
No, I wasn't thinking at all. I was like out of it. My dad just comes upstairs like, what the fuck? Those were exact words were, what the fuck?
I don't know what to say to that, Jay. I'm kind of baffled.
Nothing like picking up a huge blanket just filled with...
I mean, I'm sure it could be worse, but I'm not quite sure how. I mean, I guess you could have threw up on your parents' blankets or something, but...
Yeah.
Mom, yes. Dad, what is it, 22-year-old son? I'm sorry, I know you were asleep. I had to throw up. Might want to wash your blankets.
At least I didn't make the house smell, though.
At least you didn't make the house smell.
That was my whole thought process. I was like, I don't want to make it smell like and throw up.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I was writing random top. You saw some of the topics on the list I sent you, right?
I wasn't sure if any of them had any, if we were still using any of them, so I didn't bother looking.
One of them, I was really baked.
You know, maybe I should do. Maybe I should just look at the list now, and I'll react to it instead of having you read it.
Yeah.
All right. So the list of podcast topics that Jay had come up with a few days ago for the podcast. Number one was supported. Okay, that's just the name of the show. Okay, YouTube removing dislikes and policy changes. I mean, I don't know. I'm thinking I might do a video on that. The power of edging. It's all Jay experience right there. The Snyder Cut, where it talked about Godzilla versus King Kong, was a very weird porno. Is lively considered a porn site. It depends on how kinky you are. Weed is now legal in Jersey, kind of. Stoner Jake arc because of weed being legal. Probably not. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that I'm a little too responsible to become a stoner.
Hey, now
You're a rock star. Get your game on. Wonder Woman 98.
Is that not what it was all?
No, it's Wonder Woman 84.
Oh, I was way off.
It wasn't even 88. It was 84. Harley Quinn show. I'm assuming that's Harley Quinn show.
I was really late when I wrote this list. By the way.
Clearly. If anyone watching this podcast hasn't seen Harley Quinn, the Joker, like the animated character from the Joker, Harley Quinn is actually very funny, very entertaining. There is a little bit of, I mean, the whole thing is based on her like getting her independence from the Joker. So if you're gonna whine and complain about like, I hate it when it's a female-focused story, you're gonna hate it. I don't care. It's really fun. It's actually very funny, even regardless of those moments of where it feels a little forced. And they're few and far between, in my opinion. I feel like you'd have to be like, I feel like you'd have to be an actual neckbeard like Brooks Heatherly. I think you'd have to be like on his level to watch that show and be like, I can't watch this. There's too much feminine.
Too many women.
There's too much estrogen in this show. It's actually so good. Almost the entire voice cast is comedians. They're really funny. Like, I love how the first episode. By the way, I'm being this like hyperbolic and aggressive about it because I actually know people who have been like so against the show that they're like, I'm not gonna watch this show. Why? It's about I want to watch a show about the Joker. What? No, it's actually good. It's about her trying to get away from the Joker and still loving the Joker in some way. Like,
I didn't even find it that preachy at all.
Well, no, you watched one episode.
I think we watched 2.
Maybe 2. Yeah, out of like what, 3 seasons? It's not that preachy. You watched 2 episodes of 30. And those 2 episodes weren't that preachy. Politicians becoming influencers. Is it a good thing or a bad thing? Okay, now you're directly ripping off scripts that you know I'm working on.
I actually did not.
I've talked to you about this topic 3 times.
Well,
and I told you I was working on a script at least twice. No, this is something I'm legitimately going to make a video about at some point because no, I do actually think that and by the way, normally I wouldn't like speed run the topics like this. I'm just like, well, we already know these are all outdated. We're not going to sit here and like linger on them or dive into them really. So, and I'm kind of wondering if we should do a full hour on this first one. I'm thinking maybe like a little over half hour might be a good idea after all for the first one. So we kind of, get in the groove of things.
You also have movie night tonight, so.
Yeah. So yeah, politicians becoming influencers definitely has its positives, but I definitely think it has more negatives. Coach Red Pill, I don't follow. I have no idea. I've seen the name come up. I've seen things they talk about. I completely don't care.
It's bootleg, no bullshit. That's all you need to know.
It's more scuffed than him.
Yes.
That's saying something. If you're worse than Brooks Heatherly, that's saying something. Yeah.
Let me just go to his channel and read you one of the video titles.
Can we even do that?
I mean, I can just read you a title.
I've seen clips. I've seen clips go like on Twitter and stuff. While you're doing that, I'm gonna mess with my camera because I'm unprofessional.
Here's a good one. Why elite men are all metas and psychopaths?
Wasn't there one about like why you should never ever consider dating a fat woman?
Yeah, I think
And then there's like that's where the clip is from about like swimming in an ocean of flesh when he was sleeping with a fat woman.
Oh, he also has a video called "Beware of Quiet Girls."
Mm-hmm. I that's one of those people I legitimately Zero care.
I mean, I know Nick is planning on making a video about him.
He's
I
one of those
think.
guys. He's one of those guys that he's like, this is easy content. This guy is
Yeah.
such easy content. So he's always got him in his back pocket for whenever he wants to make a video about him. I know Nick's been burned out on making content lately. I think he went through kind of like the period that I went on for a little while there, where he was just struggling to get going on anything because it felt like it was not worth the effort. Because Nick doesn't make it anything on YouTube. He like makes what he puts into it, if anything. Me, I'm nowhere near making what I'm putting into it.
Well,
but,
at least you got a dub on the.
Yeah, on the Death Noodles
video,
I definitely got a W. I think the commentary arguments list might, that could go either way for me, because I'm seeing some people that are like taking some interesting stances. I tweeted earlier today. What are the things the arguments you hate in commentary, or something like that? And then like one person said something about like they hate the idea of not going after sponsors. You support just attacking sponsors? That's a weird one. That's a weird one for me. And then
on an alt.
It was funny though, because there was like 7 of the like 12 replies I got were like things that aren't arguments. So it's like I worded it like, what are the worst commentary arguments you've ever seen? And it was like, I hate it when commentators do this, and it wasn't an argument. It was just like a general action. I was like, oh.
I saw something about genders too that made no sense.
I don't know why they brought that up. I don't know why they brought up that, because I don't think that's I don't think genders and pronouns and all that is something that commonly is talked about by commentary. This is one of the reasons I want to make that commentary genres video, because I feel like people don't understand what commentary is. I don't know of a commentary channel that's mentioned genders unless they're like a political commentary channel.
Right.
But it's weird to like, when I just say commentary channel, it's weird that you zone in on political commentary, arguably the smallest commentary genre on YouTube. It's just it was just an odd thing, you know?
Yeah, I sent that to like the so they were like, I think they misunderstood the question.
Yeah. I think a lot of people misunderstood the question, and that might be on me, because like with as many people seem to have misunderstood it as did, it may just be on me for not explaining it well enough or something. Because the problem is, something I figured out a while back is, the fewer words in a tweet, typically the better it is for people to want to interact with it and all that stuff. If you can put like 4 letters into a tweet, 4 words into a tweet, something like that, better. Instantly better. The less words possible, the better. Problem is, you still have to get your message across. So sometimes when you type something out for 5 minutes and take 5 minutes to like refine it down to as few words as possible, sometimes something does get lost in translation, because no one wants to read a giant update list thing on their timeline.
I did feel like me and Jap were the only ones that actually understood your question.
It did seem like there was a lot of that, yeah. Although, you know what's interesting? Totally not flexing on you. Totally not flexing on you. That being said, I gotta go to my... Yeah. I can't believe that... Do you remember that post, that community tab post I put up on YouTube the other day?
I think so.
It was like 2 or 3 days after the Death Noodles thing. So I just didn't know. I kind of want to put out a little thing, like a list of the weirdness that's happened this week. And so I was I jokingly made it a poll on YouTube. It's been a weird week, good stuff. And then I put like 5 different things. It was like Death Noodles posted false memes as actual accusations. I reorganized my entire setup and I'm not happy with it. I had diarrhea the other day. I was accused of copying from Craig, who I was collaborating on the project with, and I was accused of copying a video that came out a week after mine. That got 565 votes, that poll.
Was it all I had diarrhea the other day?
No, actually, let me see. Death Noodles posted false memes as actual allegations. Got 75% of the vote. Although I had diarrhea the other day, did get 13% of the vote in a very between 75 and 13, very close results. But yeah, no, I think when I have multiple things to say from now on, I'm gonna be doing that more and more often. Posting them as a poll because. It's just, it worked out so well. I just thought it was funny, and then there was like one person who was actually confused.
Always. YouTube commenters are the best.
Oh man.
Let's
keep that to a minimum.
I'm curious. I was gonna change the narrative of my Peter Kane video to satire done correctly. Because I feel like it would be a appropriate topic right now. His I don't know if you've seen much of his content, but it is fantastic. I think he has he has like 3,000 videos on his channel.
Oh wow.
And
one of my old channels had thousands too, because I was like doing like gaming content, so I was pumping out a video every day.
Yeah, and it's all of different variety. Like none of it is the same. Like every video of his is completely different. And yeah, I was gonna go into the satire topic with that. I didn't want to poke fun at Noodle Brain because I've just been doing that on my Twitter way too much.
Yeah, no, I don't know if you've noticed. I kind of took I specifically started laying off a little bit. It's funny. It actually worked out for me. I stopped tweeting so many times a day and things like that. Wait, what is this? I'll read this later. I stopped tweeting the way I was a few months ago, just because like between between like Susie and some of these other people that went in on, I followed them and they just continued making these stupid mistakes, doing this stupid garbage, but I kept going, and I posted too many memes. I feel like I'm just rambling at this point. But anyway, the point is, I feel like I went too far in the sense that like I was doing it too much. I backed off. I stopped doing that so much. So now I'm trying not to talk drama and stuff on the timeline as much, and focus more on the memes. And so far, it's working. So far, people are interacting more and stuff like that. So I feel like it's the right move.
Yeah, you can meme on it a little bit and then take a break. That's what I usually do.
Yeah, it's funny because there's my interactions are like all over the place. Like I posted the just finished doing some like reading thing, and I got 29 likes. But then almost everything else I've posted in the last couple of days was like back to 4 or 5, and then I posted one other meme, and then there we go, backed up to like 30. So it's weird. Social media is weird.
Like I did post the when one of Ray's mods changed everyone's name in this almost everyone's name into the server to Dennis.
Yeah, I saw that. That was kind of funny. Yeah, it's funny.
and Fred didn't know. Fred was, and he met to his server, and he was like, "What the fuck?"
Cat stands are in the house.
Yeah. Wine mom stands. Obviously. Wine moms are great. I'm gonna tweet that.
Okay. Make it sound ironic, huh? We both know the truth. We both know you're secretly into wine moms.
I'm trying really hard not to make a joke that will get me in trouble.
What, that you're actually into wine dads?
I'll just put it in.
Okay, yep.
Yeah. I'm avoiding that one. avoiding that one.
Yeah, definitely a good idea on that one, bud. Anyway. Jay?
Yeah.
What were you saying?
Oh, I just wanted to. I tweeted like a joke that I thought I thought would do well, and then it went no likes, and then the tweet after that I just tweeted "wussy fart" and that got 2 likes.
Just so I'm clear, BUSSY
Yeah.
fart.
Yeah.
Which, just so we're clear, is just a fart. Because it's the butthole.
I couldn't explain what I'm talking about, but if you've watched enough gay porn, like I have, that's not what that is.
I... Let's rip off bad friends. Thank you for being a bully.